Hi everyone, this is Girish Bangalore, your local real estate agent in the San Francisco Bay Area. Today I'll talk a little bit about whether we are going to see a housing market crash given the steep increase of home prices in the last 2 years, which has been honestly very abnormal increase. Let's look at some data. Okay. So, like I said, a lot of people, based on a survey, including agents, believe that they're worried about a potential bubble and a crash. 77% of the consumers in a survey said they are worried, and 44% of agents say they are worried too. And we also see news articles where, in this case, a Bloomberg article talking about a surge in foreclosures. Now, I do not know where they got the data from, but what we do know is actually foreclosures have reduced, and you're looking at the data where, as of January 2019, 11,960 foreclosures were filed, whereas we are looking at January 2022, it is less than half of what it was. So foreclosures are definitely not surging. Uh, as stated by Rick Sharga from Realty Track, which is a reputable real estate related company, they expect to see an increase in home prices year over year, and that the foreclosures are going to remain below historical normal levels. And I'm quoting this because these companies have humongous data which they process, and it's not just coming out of the blue when they make a statement like this. All right, so let's look at what was happening prior to 2008 crash. Of course, everybody will remember that, and that's the fear that they have today. Now, this is a graph about the volume of loans that was lent out, mortgage loans lent out. The orange bars were what it was prior to 2008 crash, and the blue bars is what it is since 2008. And as you can see, the banks were lending a lot of money, ton of money prior to 2008. Everybody became greedy. They saw profit going up, and they were coming up with all kind of loose lending policies with zero down payment, interest only loans, statement only loans, where you don't have to declare you don't have to show any proof of your income. Okay, you just have to state what is your income. All right, so we can clearly see that the loans today are not being generously given like it was prior to 2008, where anybody and everybody could go to the bank and get a loan and buy a property, whether they were capable financially or not. Now, let's look at the month of supply of homes prior to 2008 as well as during the crash period. In real estate, residential real estate, the inventory is measured in the months of inventory. I can talk about it later, or you could ping me and we can have a private discussion on that. What we are seeing here in the orange bars is the amount of inventory we had at the time, and you can see compared to what it has been in the last 4 years. Prior to 2008 and during the crash, we had significant amount of supply, inventory of homes, which is not the case today. So given that, eventually home prices, market rising or crashing, is all dependent on a fundamental principle of supply and demand. With supply being so low today, where is the avenue for a housing market crash? There is no avenue at this point of time. Supply of homes, the way we differentiate between a seller's and a buyer's market is if the supply of homes is less than 6 months, we call it a seller's market, which means there are less homes than what the demand is actually. And if the number of supply of homes is more than 7 months, it's called a buyer's market, where you have more supply than what the market demand is. In between that is called a neutral market. During a neutral market, the supply of homes and demand is balanced such that the rate of increase of home prices is equal to the inflation rate or roundabout there. So today, the supply of homes is significantly low. Let's also get back again to the foreclosure activities historically, and you can see the red bars when a ton of foreclosures happening during the 2008 crash. And if you look at 2021, I mean, it's nowhere near the numbers we had before and during the 2008 recession. Ending up with a final statement, there is an expectation that the federal forbearance program, when it ends or when it ended, it's going to bring a slew of sellers who are unable to fulfill their mortgage obligations, and they are going to foreclose on their homes. Well, that is not likely to happen, mainly because unlike 2008, majority of homeowners have a ton of their own equity in the property. So they're not just going to walk away from their homes like they did in 2008 when they didn't have any equity in their house. So even if somebody is unable to pay the mortgages today, they can put the house on the market and it will sell substantially higher than what they bought it for. So, the homes are going to sell at a good price, earning money both to the homeowner, and the bank is not going to lose money. So given all those things, I do not expect any issues with regard to housing market crashing. If you have any further questions, please feel free to call me or text me or email me. I'm always available. My number is 408-420-0646. Thank you and talk to you soon. Bye.